you don't want to probably recap a lot of what happened at Penn State, but what went wrong in that game?
I think they kicked our ass. Obviously, that's the obvious answer. Um, they had a plan to come in and run the football. They were a big physical, very big and very physical offensive line that played very well together. They were a motivated team. Not to say they weren't in the past, but you can clearly see the different level of energy and execution. Their backs are two very good backs. You know, we had a plan. We knew they were going to run the ball. We had multiple blitzes, multiple fronts. We played 3-down fronts, 4-down fronts, 5-down fronts. We blitzed. We played base. We played single high man, single high zone, and they had an answer for everything. So, kind of chalk it up to it is what it is. It wasn't our best day at the office, and we quickly have moved on to Iowa. But there's obviously still a lot of stuff to learn from it and get better because of it now and in the future.
Transferable that Iowa's probably not going to do exactly the same things, but like that Iowa's also a physical team that likes to run the ball.
Yeah, Iowa does what they do. You know, I've watched over the last couple of days. Back when I was at Penn State playing Iowa, I watched when I was at Minnesota playing Iowa. I watched us playing Iowa last year, and the only thing that changes are the names on the back of the jerseys. But in terms of how they play, I legitimately went up and watched the 2010, I believe, Minnesota Iowa game last night, and it's essentially they're going to line up, they're going to run the run plays that they run out of the formations that they run them out of. They're going to know how to block every front that you put out there. And it just comes down to, and Matt just made a point to the players, that this is a game that comes down to their players versus our players. We're not going to be overly complicated on defense, not to say that we really were. We might have been a little bit too complicated last week just to try to stop the run, but we're going to line up and know that the run's coming and get off blocks and try to make tackles. Not try, we are going to do that and put our best foot forward.
When a team is hitting those edge runs, what's going wrong?
So losing the edge. That's what happens. I mean, so the big run, I think the third or fourth play of the game where they got over the edge to our boundary. We had a couple guys cut off on the front side, and then the DBs that were supposed to be the edge players, there was a big crease in the middle, so they lagged back, and then Allen's good enough to press the gap and then take the edge. So I know there was some references to some execution errors in the game, and that was one of a couple of them on the same play. Is we're slanting the line actually to where they're running the football. They're cutting us off, and if you cut off movement and if you have to blitz to stop the run, you're either going to make a play in the backfield or there's a chance that there's going to be a big play for them. So that's ultimately what happened on that play.
Senior day, Dana was just saying that you can't get too or guys can't get too emotional about it. Has that been a key as you've gone through your coaching career on days like this?
Yeah, you have to, because the fact of the matter is there is going to be emotions out there because everybody dreams to play in the National Football League, but the practicality of that is maybe 1% of our roster, 2% of our roster will. So for some of these guys, this is the last, thankfully we've qualified for a bowl game, but this is their last time in that stadium. This is their last time kind of, playing in a sequence of a season. So, and for some of them, it might be the last time they play. So, you got to try to eliminate the emotions, but it's also why these games at this time of the year, they're so tightly contested because everybody knows this is the last one for a while. There's nothing holding them back. There's no what's next. It's about this play, the next play, playing your tail off and playing like it is. You try to get the players to play every play like it's their last, but sometimes that's just a quote. But they clearly are in games like this. That's why all these games come down to the wire, and you see some teams that are supposed to win by 20 points get upset because everybody's playing like it is their last time out there, and the level of intensity and the level of urgency, I think, is just a little higher.
A lot of guys in and out at running back. I mean, how do you kind of stay fresh, and how do you kind of keep up with that throughout the pace of the game?
Yeah, they do. It's a good question. I was actually this morning looking at all their runs by concept, and I did keep noting that there's probably three or four guys that they've played, and they all are clearly very similar. So, with us, it's really not. I'm not really focused on which running backs in the game. Because they all run the same runs. There's nothing that you can say like, hey, this guy's in there when they run their gap schemes, and this guy's in there when they run their mid zones or outside zones. I mean, they've had some injuries. Guys have come back from injuries, but an Iowa back is an Iowa back. It's a guy that can press the hole, cut back. They run behind their pads. They're physical. They're strong. So,
not sure when we'll chat with you again. So, big picture question as it relates to the run defense. What do you feel like needs to get better? Big picture like even after Iowa, going forward?
I feel like I have some answers to that. I mean, the issues are fundamentals. Keep working on fundamentals. We have a lot of young players that I think are going to get better. I think after the season, we have to improve our roster as well as it relates to, run defenders, the level of physicality, the level of size, the level of the ability to be harder to block, so to speak. We've committed a lot of schematic resources this year to stopping the run, and sometimes that gets dangerous. It got dangerous last week when we're blitzing to stop the run. The quarterback can go 11 for 12 because we're having to pressure to stop the run, which exposes your coverages. So I think it's a collective effort of scheme. It's a collective effort of improving your current players and then doing a great job that when you have the opportunity to improve your roster at the end of the year, you do that with a specific intent in mind, and that would be one of them.
Your evaluation of the red zone defense and how it's looked in that part of the
It's
field.
the red zone defense. So, like, if you look at our red zone defense, there's two stats that matter. Really, there's only one stat in football ultimately that matters. It's how many points you're giving up a game. That's all that matters. But when you look at our red zone defense, I think that we're 9th in the country in terms of actually letting people down there. So we're doing a very good job of not letting them get down there relative to the other 136 teams in the league. However, when they do get down there, they score. I think we're 116 or something like that as it relates to. So it's a weird, kind of dichotomy of we're doing a good job of not letting them get down there, but when they get down there, it's the same problem we have out in the field. They're running it in. It really comes down to 4 things. It's the run game, it's the quarterback run game and scrambles, it's penalties, have extended drives in the red zone, because I just looked at that about 3 days ago. Those 3 things are on my board. And then our 3rd down and 4th down defense hasn't been elite down there. It's just been average because teams tend to go for it a little bit more on 4th down, and the quarterback tends to scramble, a lot more on 3rd down. So it's really those areas. It's the run defense. It's being able to tackle the quarterback, whether he scrambles or whether it's a designed run. It's being smart. We've had 3 or 4 penalties on 3rd down, and then our 4th down defense. But that all kind of gets wrapped up into one of our, biggest focuses in the offseason is going to be improving every aspect of our ability to defend the run, and that's got to be our number 1 intent.
All those guys who, whether they're redshirting or they're still down on the depth chart on that defensive line at practice, how do you feel about what's in the pipeline at that group?
Like I said, I feel like we have some good young players that have played, freshmen or sophomores, that I think could help us and will continue to help us. We have 2 injured D linemen that, I haven't seen them do anything other than high school, but the hope is that they're going to be able to help us. So there's some guys there, but and that's our job to improve them over the next week and in the bowl season. But in the recruiting season and the player acquisition season, we have to go get better in that area.
Is size
It's always
just an issue
big
up front?
people. Yeah, I mean, football is a game about big men, like big men. Whether you're coaching in the NFL, if you look at the best run defenses in the NFL, those guys their interior line is 330, 335. You look at the size of Penn State's offensive line; they were all 6'5", 6'6", 3 something across the board. There's exceptions. There's Aaron Donalds out there, and there's some exceptions of undersized defensive linemen that can be elite, but you can't have a roster full of exceptions. Not saying that we do, but in order to stop the run, your level of size, your girth, your level of your ability to knock the line of scrimmage back. I mean, running the ball is about one man moving another man off of a spot that he doesn't want to get knocked off of, and that's an area that we're cognizant of, and we just got to keep working at.
I guess, another question, so we would just, talk to you again, but when you look at the defense from training camp to now, what areas do you think, obviously the run defense is one you want to get better, what areas do you think the defense improved?
Well, I think that as a whole, we have improved in a lot of areas. The concern in the offseason really goes to the offseason was we weren't great in the secondary. Well, we improved that with player acquisition, and we improved that with coaching, and we improved that with kind of continuity as well. There's continuity that's important in coaching, is that these players come through the system. They keep hearing it from the same coaches. The same coaches are coaching it the right way. And I think we saw dramatic improvement in our back 7 and how we defended not only how we defended the pass, but some of our back seven players are good run defenders. They've had to make way too many tackles in the run game. Rex Guthrie, Sierra, Donnie Jones to make a point. Heck, Donnie Jones, we were talking about the other day. He's a corner, and he's probably one of our most physical players, and I don't want to have our corner be one of our most physical players. So I think the collective of the back seven and how we've defended on the perimeter and how we've, defended the pass has gotten dramatically better from last year. And then obviously with the, we have to, you can't rob Peter to pay Paul. So it's not like all of a sudden we can just put everything into stopping the run and be average or below average against the pass. The objective is to be strong in both areas with our personnel, our scheme, and our coaching. So that will be the intent, and I think that's how you improve it, just like the proof is in the pudding, how we went from where we were in the secondary last year to where we are now. Excuse me, and we've got to do the same thing with our run defense.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.